Hello YouTube, it's Atticus. How's everybody doing? I hope you're all well. I'm back with you with a game with good old Hoosier General. So he's a fellow Indiana guy like me. I have some roots here, and yeah, he's representing the 219. I'm representing the 317. So we'll see what goes on. So anyways, yeah, so we have a Chaos versus Dark Elf, but yeah, he's playing Dark Elves. He's playing HoosierGeneral. So really cool. I always think it's fun to play against another high-skilled Dark Elf, opponent. Try to see how their build's different from mine, and you learn the most from your losses. So anyways, let's jump into my build, guys. So today I am bringing good old Sigval the Magnificent, and he's usually my go-to in the Chaos matchup, just because I like to go cheap, guys. I like to have bigger armies with a lord I don't really have to waste micro on in the Chaos matchup. That is, for my front line, we're just going some Chaos Warriors. So, and we also got the Mirror Guard here. So the idea behind this is I just want something that's going to hold. I mean, I do know the Dark Elf. I know that obviously I'm a Dark Elf channel, so I know it would be almost pointless to go Chaos Warriors of great weapons, to go Marauders when you have things like Sisters of Slaughter, HoosierGeneral Executioners, and things like that. Like, it's just better off trying to have something that's going to last and make up your AP through, like, as you can see here, I did right here, Chaos Trolls. So yeah, we have a front line of those. We have the Mirror Guard, which is just a really good, holding unit. They're unbreakable, immune to psychology, I do believe. Also, 2 units of Trolls, and these are just, like I said, for my armor piercing, and it's most importantly, they're to be a barrier to keep things from rampaging, getting into my back line, which will be my Soul of Damnation. Also, we have a Metal Sorcerer, and yeah, this guy, I only took Final Transmutation, so I'm just going to try to melt the Lord of the opponent. So I saw he was playing HoosierGeneral, so I figured he's not going to have Marathi, and he's not going to have Malekith, so... also, guys, as you can see here, I have a unit of Chaos Knights of Lances. I have one on each side, so I have one over here, and I have one right here, and yeah, it's really going to come down to getting cycle charges with these guys. It's really important. I need to... They're a very powerful unit, but if you don't really, get the value out of charging, well, then you just wasted 1,800 or whatever it is, 1,200 gold by bringing them. Also have a unit of Chaos Warhounds of Poison somewhere in here. I forgot where I put them at. I think they're here in the woods somewhere. Where did I put those Chaos Poison Hounds? Oh, they're there, right there in the woods. Yep. So, yeah, this is just for backline harass, if there have been any bolt throwers or things like that. And then, obviously, last but not least, we have the Soul of Damnation, which needs no introduction. It's just a really good unit, especially when you're fighting against Sisters of Slaughter. I'll take it from somebody who has, 3,000 hours on this game, mostly playing Dark Elves. Between the HoosierGeneral Executioners and the Sisters of Slaughter, I vote, I think the Sisters of Slaughter are a bigger threat. I think they're just as dangerous, if not more dangerous, depending on what you bring. I mean, sometimes, HoosierGeneral Executioners will be a lot more of a threat too, but these guys are just so mobile, so hard to kill, so powerful, and yeah, they can actually beat Chaos Warriors. So, all right, guys, let's look at Hoosier General's build here, and he did bring a a Supreme Sorceress of Dark, and I really like this. I feel like I was the only one who ever played Dark Sorceress, because most people feel like, well, I'll just take Marathi or Malekith if they have Dark, but no, I mean, I think Dark is my favorite lore of Magic. I think it's really good. I think it's really underrated. For his spells, he has Doombolt, Chill Wind, and then he also took the Black Aura, guys, which is that bound spell I'm always showing on my channel. So yeah, really good pick. I like him putting up on this on the Raptor here. So I think he's using kind of the mindset I do. Go cheap on your Lord. But, unfortunately, his Lord, you get so much better value with a Supreme Sorceress than you do a Chaos Sorcerer Lord. Just the Black Horde, just, her having the Cold One mount, which the Sorcerer does not. And it's just, I don't know, I just feel like this is just a lot better. She's a lot more DPS potential. For his front line, HoosierGeneral Executioners, Sisters of Slaughter. He has a Witch Elves throwing in good effect, and I do like this. This will cause things to rampage. They're really good at going through like Marauders and things like that, and yeah, it kind of keeps you from getting cycle charges. Unit of Black Ark Corsairs in the back, Dread Spear, and yeah, a Bleak Sword. So he has a secondary line just to try to fill in any holes. And yeah, guys, a Mighty Hydra too, and I also really like this pick too. You're gonna have terror-causing platform, you're going to have breath attacks, and yeah, short of Kolic, I mean, I'm going to really struggle to kill this thing just because of its healing. And last but not least, he brought a Death Hag, guys, and you already know how much I'm a fan of the Death Hag, just for her Chill Wind ability, or Chill Blade, which you can see that my opponent brought it, which lowers the melee attack and radius around her, so I think it's by 6. So yeah, it's just going to make my units a little bit more nerfed, and his a little bit more powerful. So, my opponent lastly did bring some heavy cab focus, though. He brought 2 units of of Dark Riders, and he also has a Cold One Dread Knight. So how cool is that, guys? You don't ever really see these units. I've tried to feature them on my channel several times, but yeah, it's the first time I've seen an opponent actually bring one. And you can see here's the 2 Dark Riders. So really good Dark Riders. Backline harass. He's obviously going to want to try to get into the Soul Damnation. So all right, good luck to Hoosier General. We'll go ahead and start the match, and yeah. So right off the bat, as George Washington wisely said, I'm going to start shooting at the Sisters of Slaughter, guys. So yeah, like I said, they're the biggest threat to my army, I do believe. So boom, we're going to get a direct hit onto them. What I recommend doing, guys, when you're shooting at the approach of your opponent, get each one about half health. Don't just waste all your ammo on just one target. So you only have this little valuable distance right here to do some damage, reliable damage. So what I recommend is get each unit to around half health and then switch to a new one. It's just going to make it, make it a lot easier for your line to beat them. A full health unit of Sisters Slaughters is going to be a lot harder for Chaos Warriors to beat than a half, beat. You can see I've already switched the target. We're going to have another direct hit. And yeah, we're just really, wearing them down. You can see I'm going to get my Chaos Warriors here. I'm just kind of looking around the back, seeing if there's any shades, seeing if, there's any opportunities present themselves to do some damage. And yeah, we can see we're doing some really good damage with the Soul of Damnation. And just an interesting fact for you guys, the Soul of Damnation has twice as much ammo as the regular Regiment of Renown, as the regular Hell Cannon. You can see I'm going to get a really good charge into these Dread Spears. My opponent was not braced. And yeah, I'm going to do the same thing over on this side. So we're going to send those Sisters of Slaughters flying, and that's exactly what you need to be doing with Chaos Warriors. Getting those charges, pulling away, and it kind of also disrupts his formation. I am going to get a final transmutation off on the Death Hag here, which is going to do a lot of damage to the Hagenef Executioners. Let's go ahead and slow it down here so I can explain why I did that. So yeah, I could have done it on the Supreme Sorceress, but she's a lot more mobile. I wanted to get the actual area of effect damage on these Hagenef Executioners. So by doing it to the Death Hag, I'm getting a lot more extra value. Over here, you can see that I'm kind of luring away some of his troops. They're chasing after the Chaos Knights, but yeah, it's kind of smart because it's keeping me from cycle charging. But Hoosier General is going to spring the ambush. He's going to have all these Dark Riders coming out of the woods, which I did not know were there. And I'm trying to get my trolls, in there to intercept them, so I don't lose my Hell Cannon. Over here, he's going to intercept my Chaos Knights with these Cold One Dread Knights. So yeah, that was really sloppy of me not to expect that he might have had something hidden in the woods. And it's going to cause these guys to get, caught out of position. You can see my opponent did use a Chill Wind, which was just to slow down the speed of the Chaos Knights. And yeah, overall in the main engagement, though, we're doing okay. The Chaos Warriors are beating the Witch Elves. Witch Elves aren't really made for armor piercing per se. They're more for like Marauders and things like that. But yeah, you can see we were able to stop him from getting to the Soul Damnation. But yeah, we have a little bit of a scrap before us, guys. So I'm just going to get another charge into my Chaos Knights. I'm just really trying to take these most valuable targets. But yeah, you can see my opponent is going to get a Doom Bolt onto these Chaos Warriors, and that's really smart, They're very slow moving, so they won't be able to dodge it. Over here, though, I'm in a really bad position, guys. You can see that I'm kind of in a pincher move between these Spears and these Cold One Knights, and that's really unfortunate. That's a really, expensive unit to lose. Murderous Prowess is going to proc for my opponent, so yeah, he's going to get a really big damage buff, and you see I'm going to get a charge in to the Death Hag right here. And I'm going to get another charge. I'm just trying to zigzag between each one, trying to find an opening. And you can see that I do have units back on the Soul Damnation, which is going to start firing into this big lob over here. So I was trying to find, all right, where should I shoot? And I figured, why not here? So here comes the first shot from the Soul Damnation. We'll see where it lands. And boom, right into these spears. I figured they're the biggest threat since I'm trying to use, cavalry and things like that. And you can see over on this left flank, it's not going too good for me. My opponent is going to get the Black Aura here, guys. It's going to be his summon. And yeah, we'll go ahead and look at the damage right here. He was trying to get these 2 units here. And yeah, it looks like he does do a little bit of damage. Just go ahead and slow it down here. And you can see he's just doing a really good job of zigzagging back and forth with his Dark Riders as well. And I just don't have enough troops to keep him from getting into the Soul of Damnation. You can see I'm trying to use these Chaos Knights to block the backline pressure. I'm trying to hold up this big infantry pocket. And I've even invested the Chaos Sorcerer of Metal, just trying to keep them in place. Over here in the center pocket, though, you can see Prince Sigvald is doing really good. He's fighting against this Death Hag and the Hagenef Executioners, and we're actually winning. So yeah, we're winning in the center pocket. This one's still contested, but the left is a total wash. You can see that I'm going to commit my Chaos Warhounds just to try to slow them down, just trying to buy myself some time. You can see that the Black Horde did a little bit of damage, but I think he was a little bit off, and it kind of did a little friendly fire damage on the Dark Riders. Opponent's going to get another Doom Bolt on these Chaos Warriors who are Rampage, and you can see this War Hydra's been doing really good. It's terror routing my Chaos Warriors, and yeah, I mean, it's just a really big mess there in the center pocket. You can see my Chaos Trolls with their little leadership is routing, but they do regenerate, so I keep just sending them back into battle. And you can see, guys, I'm just trying to get my Chaos Knights with Lances away from the main fight. You can see I'm going to get a final transmutation off on the Supreme Sorceress. This is not the upgraded one, but hey, I figured if I could just get her leadership low, I could do some damage. Over here, guys, you can see we have about broken the Death Hag. Sigval is a better duelist than the Death Hag, and yeah, we're going to be able to wipe her out pretty quickly. You see Sigval will get the Death Blow here pretty shortly. And yeah, I still got my Chaos Sorcerer. I used all the Winds of Magic, and you see I've killed the Death Hag now. But yeah, I'm just getting chased everywhere with these Chaos Knights. I'm just not really getting enough cycle charging. And you see Balance of Power is starting to go in Hoosier General's favor. In the center pocket here, guys, I just do not have a reliable way of dealing with this War Hydra. It was a really surprise pick, and it's just, things are just starting to crumble for me. You can see my opponent's going to get a nice charge in with these Dark Riders, and he's trying to get another Doom Bolt into this Chaos Sorcerer, so I'm just going to keep pulling it away. So just so you guys know, you could dodge the Doom Bolt if you're fast enough. You can see I'm going to avoid that damage. So now we have the center pocket. I'm getting attacked from the rear, and my Chaos Warriors are just going to crumble really quick. It's really unfortunate. You can see that his Supreme Sorceress is pretty low, though, and I'm going to send my Chaos Sorcerer in and get a little bit of a hit. So we're trying to keep in the battle, guys. We're trying to do good. You can see that these Trolls did come back, and Trolls are a really good answer to the Dark Riders, but yeah, these Cold One Dread Knights, though, are absolutely going to shred through them. You can see that my Hell of Damnation is shut down in the moment, and I'm going to get another good charge into with the Chaos Knights, and I was trying to hit the Supreme Sorceress. I figured if I could break his leadership, just maybe, I could, pull this off. My opponent's going to get another good chill win. He's going to, hit everybody now with his cavalry, and I just have a complete surround now, guys. And you can see my leadership is starting to tank, and yeah, that's going to be army losses. So I really got outplayed by the Cav. I mean, we both had the right idea about cycle charging, harassing, but he was able to catch those Chaos Knights with Lances off on the left flank and create that pincher movement. And once I lost them, I mean, yeah, he had free reign just to cycle charge me into oblivion. As for the Lord choices, I do think I stand by Sigvald and the Chaos. Look how low we got his Supreme Sorceress, and we were able to kill his Death Hag. So I do stand by my choice of Sigvald and the Chaos Sorcerer of Metal. It did work. It really just came down to making a sloppy mistake with the Chaos Knights, because if I would have been able to keep these Chaos Knights alive and been able to not get them caught out of position, my infantry would have been able to hold against these guys, especially with the assist of the Soul of Damnation, the Trolls, and things like that. If I would have been able to shut down these 3 Cav units, I think that could have went off in my favor. Especially with the way we were doing damage to the Lord. I still had Sigval at full health with regeneration, and yeah, so it really could have been anybody's game, but yeah, Hoosier General outplayed me. And we've played many times before, and yeah, I think he's beat me like 9 times out of 10. He's just a really good player. I have beat him once, I do believe, if memory calls. Hoosier, if you see this, let me know in the comments. I do recall us playing several games before, but anyways, I wanted to feature him on the channel. He's really good. He says he does have a YouTube channel, but he hasn't done it since college, I think he said. So, Hoosier, if you're watching this and you want to post any of your, a link to your content, feel free to. And yeah, guys, I mean, looking at the in-screen breakdown here, the Chaos Warriors did what they were supposed to. I mean, if you think about it, the only really threat he had was these 1 Hargan Executioners and these Sisters of Slaughter, who I neutralized with the Hell of Damnation. So yeah, the Dread Spears and the Bleak Swords won't beat Chaos Warriors, obviously. The Hydra, though, I didn't bring any anti-large. I didn't expect that. That was really smart. I took a gamble. I figured if he did bring something large, a Kribis or a Hydra or something like that, I could make up the difference with the Trolls. I could make it up with the, the Chaos Knights and things like that. But, really smart play taking the Cold One Dread Knights. And as for my opponent, Hoosier General, this build was really good. He played it to the, almost perfectly. And, yeah, I really love the choice of bringing a Supreme Sorceress of Dark. I think, I've done several games with that Sorceress, and I've tried to be a cheerleader for it. So seeing seeing a high-level player, Hoosier General here, bringing it too, yeah, maybe the guys will, help you consider it as well. One mistake I think that he made for any constructive feedback was his Black Horror. I think he kind of he didn't aim enough with it, and it kind of did a little bit of further damage. But yeah. Anyways, guys, it's Atticus. Hope you enjoyed that one. The next games I'm bringing is 2 games from MGL Mistress Amber. So yeah, I've had her on the channel before. She's like number 2 on ladder, number 3 on ladder, something like that. She's number 1 ranked player on like the other Total Wars, like Attila, or I forget what it is, but yeah. I mean, she's one of the best in the game with like Lotus Moon and things like that. And yeah, we played 3 games. Vampire Coast, I played each time, I do believe. And yeah, I'm going to feature 2 games out of a best of 3 that we did. So, alright guys, this is Atticus. I'll see you next time. I hope you enjoyed that and have a good night. Thanks again, Hoosier.